Hello and welcome to LAKERLAND, where you hear some thoughts from some Laker fans. I am Christian, alongside of me, my left-hand man, Matt. What's going on, my guy?
What's good? I feel like every time we doing one of these, we just caught a dog. So, I'm,
Right?
for real, I'm always in that mood.
Thankfully, we're recording this right after the Celtics game. It could have very well have been a very somber, sad podcast where we would have just been having a little vent session, or maybe just us giving a few concerns and whatnot. But as you guys are probably aware, we took a few L's for the first time in a long time, especially a long time taking a back-to-back L. Losing doesn't, bro. It's crazy because we were so trash for so long, and then that one year just made losing so foreign to me, and I kind of forget what it feels like sometimes.
It was that 1 year, bro. Like we went on a whole era of being trash, and then losing two in a row was like the end of the world. Like it's different for us though, because like any other team, you could lose two in a row, and it's not too concerning because it's like that's basketball. So 80, well, it's gonna be 70 games this season, but it's a lot of games. So losing two in a row is not too stressful, but like for us, it hits a little different because we want to win almost every game. So especially the games that we need, like the gimmies, like the Pistons, like that was what I'm saying? We got to get those. So it hurts a little bit.
It does, man. And we probably should have been in a little pre-production talking about how we wanted to structure this, but instead we talked about how my manager told me, never mind. So I guess I'll ask you, man. Do you want to start with talking about the L's? You want to start by talking about the W, or just kind of hit it all at once?
No, let's timeline that, John. So let's talk about the first L, right?
Okay, that's fine. Let's talk about it, man. We faced
Um,
the 76ers, and it just felt like a game we didn't want to win. We were down pretty heavy early. Then we kind of hung around just a bit, and hung around and hung around and hung around to the point we ended up getting the lead in the last quarter. LeBron, when it was he was LeBron been acting up lately, and he was acting up against the Sixers, and then Tobias Harris's game went on us.
right. But here's the thing, though, right? You say LeBron's been acting up. I feel like LeBron has been acting up in a way that LeBron has been acting up in his whole career. So like that's not too surprising. Like the way he gets, right? What's surprising to me is seeing the way Anthony Davis seems to be struggling a little bit. And it's starting to get kind of consistently throughout every game. He's kind of struggling in a certain type of way. Like today, he kind of had like a decent game, but it kind of looked like he was struggling a little bit in certain parts. But he had a good game though. But in those losses, I mean, we didn't have in the second game. But that first game, I feel like I needed more out of AD and LeBron, but AD for sure.
Yeah, LeBron ended up having over. He had over. It was either 36. He had a crazy amount of points scored on the
Like
Sixers game.
34.
It might have been 34, 35. He was doing real good, especially in the was that his first 40-point performance? No, it's for I'm confusing that with the Cavs game that we
That's the
didn't
Cavs.
talk about when he went crazy. But anyways, LeBron did his thing. So what I've been seeing lately this year is LeBron has a pattern of being that
34.
guy up until like 2 minutes left. And then it kind of gets a little suspect. So there's that. First of all, the Sixers game, we didn't deserve to win, to be honest. When we caught the whole game, I was like, all right, this is an L. Like it just felt like an L. And then like four minutes into the fourth quarter, we're like, all right, let's just pack it up, go home. And then all of a sudden we started a crazy run. And you look at the lineup that was in that crazy run. I want to talk about this more so than anything else for this game, and I guess a little bit of the Pistons as well. And let's talk about that AD point that you made. AD has been struggling. Felt like this whole way through. He knows it. He's saying he's playing like shit. He can't even hit his free throws. It's weird, and I don't know if it's like today's game against the Celtics. It seemed like the directive that Frank Vogel, I feel like, has a mission every day. He has a different like objective for every game that he's going into. whether it's who's going to get the minutes off the bench, whether it's what's their offense going to be, whether it's how is Mark going to stand on top of the key, and that's how they're going to run it for the first 4 minutes. He always has like a different game plan every game, and he has a different focus. Today's focus seemed like one of the games where we were like, all right, let's get AD in the rhythm. Just feed him and let him do what he got to do. The problem is it's super effective in the regular season, absolutely, because it's Anthony Davis in the regular season. It's not effective when it comes to the playoffs. And also, you can't do that and expect everybody else in your team to be ready to hit their shots, to be ready to make their cuts, to be ready to play defense, because it just feels like it's one player versus the world. So Anthony Davis is having a real trouble finding his rhythm, his routine, his role in a way on the offensive end when the team is doing good. It looks like, when Schroeder's eating, when KCP is shooting great, when LeBron has it going from the 3-point line and he can drive it any time, it seems like Anthony Davis kind of gets a little lost. And it is, I'll be lying if I said it wasn't concerning. I think he'll figure it out. And I'm just hoping he'll figure it out. He has to, because I expected Anthony Davis this season to go into it and show me he's one of the best players in the world, like on a consistent basis to a point where I'm going to call you the best player on the team. And so far, Bron has shown me that he is still not only the best player on the team, but probably one of the best players. He probably the best player in the world, with exception of probably KD.
With the exception of KD, facts.
But there you go.
This is just, it reminds me a lot of last season, because last season, the first, I would say, 20 games, AD was kind of a little struggling, like, you know what I'm saying? He was type of a little concerning, but not too concerning. Like, he would have those games where it's like, all right, well, he can do that. But then, like, the next 4 games, it's like, all right, he's kind of just giving us the bare minimum kind of type shit, right? And he's not giving us a whole lot of boards. Today, he actually rebounded well. But before that, it's kind of surprising when he gets like 10 boards, it seems like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I feel like he's just a rhythm guy. Like, he has to play the duration of the season. He can't take no games off, too many. I think that's where he gets messed up in his Pelican days, where he would get hurt and he want to be there for about 20 games in a row, and then, you know what I'm saying, he come back and it's not going to be the same. He needs to play the whole season, get a rhythm, and by the time it's in the playoffs, he's going to be comfortable enough to take over. I feel like around, it's about to be February, I would say around April, you're going to start seeing probably like the peak of his season.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, he at this point he's a champion. At this point he got his lesson from LeBron. How I'm honestly surprised on the approach that LeBron has been taking. I've been expecting. I mean, I guess LeBron, if you think about it, really isn't exerting too much energy and isn't really doing that much work, because he's just getting it from the 3-point line right now, and he's going crazy.
He's going crazy.
He's going crazy. So I guess in a way, Bron is type coasting too, because he's not really getting to the rack. I don't see Bron on the floor at all.
And let's think about it, bro. Yeah, that's a fact. But
and do you notice Anthony Davis on the floor at all? Remember the season, every game it was like Anthony Davis was going to have a career-ending injury. This year,
that's a fact.
This year, that hasn't been a thing. So maybe it's just a matter of its regular season AD. Like, get used. I get it.
That's what it's always felt like to me. But then at the same time, though, he is missing a lot of shots. So it's like, I feel like it is a rhythm thing when it comes to like shot making. But when it comes to like his actual play, I don't really see too much problem in it, because I know he's just really just out there just trying to win games, but not, you know what I'm saying, not trying to kill himself.
Yeah, I get that. And I get, playing for the playoffs type approach. But do you ever see it as like almost like last year? I feel like we were in very good graces with the basketball gods because every game we gave it our all. Like, it really felt like last year, every game we didn't phone it in. Like, we might have had a few phone in games, but for the most part, when we were leading in the fourth quarter, we didn't play around. We didn't play with our food too much.
We had a lot to prove last year.
Yeah, but I just don't want to build a bad habit with a team
I think that now the only habit that we're forming right now is championships. So that's the only thing. Like I'm saying, we had to prove a point last year, and that's what we had to do throughout the whole season. Because if we ever slipped up, the narratives are gonna start. It's gonna start getting into our heads, and it's just not gonna be good. So we had to nip all that in the bud, and start winning all these games. End up being first in the conference, right? And then won a championship. So now we don't have that type of pressure that we had last year. It's not the same. The energy's not going to be the same. We won championships literally like in October.
Yeah, I fully get that, and my friend who's a Sixers fan he was type trying to act like Lakers should be concerned and whatnot after we took the L to the
Of
Pistons
course.
and whatnot. I reminded the group chat that I was in when they were trying to bash my Lakers. I reminded them. I said when the Warriors swept the Cavaliers in 2017 or 2018, I believe, they were a second seed that year. Rockets were first.
Mm-hmm.
They were a second seed. They had KD, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Iguodala, Sean Livingston, the whole squad, everybody swept the Cavs in the finals, and they were a second seed. So yes, they were coming off a championship the year before. It's a championship hangover. It could have built some some bad habits with new players. It might, but this is what I want to talk to right now. Frank Vogel's rotations, because my friend was really happy about that Sixers win, and I tried telling him that Wes Matthews in the playoffs is not getting 20 minutes when Caruso's getting 16. It just isn't happening.
It's not happening.
And I see everybody on my timeline kind of freaking out, and I don't know how to feel, and I want your help on, guiding my feelings in a manner, because at one point, man, I want to see Caruso get all these minutes because he's great watching him play, and he's gonna win us the games that we need to win. I honestly rather phone a few games to the Pistons, but beat the Sixers. I don't mind losing to the Cavaliers if we can beat the Celtics. I don't mind losing to the Hawks if we can beat the Clippers. These are some games you just have to get up for. You know what I mean? You can sleep on the games you can sleep on. The little what do they call them? I can't think of the name right now. The little games where it's not going to be your night. Like it's catch games. I forgot the term that they use in sports. But so yeah, Caruso's been having. We've been rolling the rotation of 10, 11 mans, trying to squeeze in Markieff Morris, trying to squeeze all of our guards, which includes Caruso, West, THT, not to mention, Schroeder and KCP, and it's leading to these stretches where it just feels like this team has no sort of identity at sometimes when we see all these players. And I don't know how to feel about it, man. I think Caruso deserves more minutes. And I think if we don't give it to him, even if we win a championship, what's to say he's not like, all right, man, like I already got 2 titles with you guys, but I don't want to keep playing 16 minutes during the regular season. Like if I could get 25 minutes a game or starting on the team, Caruso could be the starter on the Lakers. He could.
Okay.
So
he could be, but then that means that Dennis Schroeder wouldn't be on the team.
I honestly think Dennis Schroeder might be an issue. Like I like Dennis Schroeder's game. My issue has nothing to do.
I'm about to close my computer.
My issue has nothing to do with Dennis Schroeder playing. It's just my issue might have to be with. I wish Dennis Schroeder could come off the bench. To be honest with you, I think we might need him on the bench more than we need him starting. Same amount of minutes. I think we might need him off the bench than starting.
Why would we need that? Explain that to me.
Because, bro, we're having a rotation issue, and the rotation would.
Not really, not at all.
You don't think so?
I think Frank is just a scientist. That's all.
No, and he is, and I'm very confident. Like, bro, after we lost to the Sixers in the heartbreaking fashion that we did off a game winner when we were getting smoked for most of the game, I texted you and I was like, we will do Sixers bad in the playoffs.
Yeah, we know that, bro. Listen to this. You think Alex Caruso is stressing over some regular season games when he has started in finals? Like he has that under his belt, bro.
True, true.
This is what Frank be doing, bro. He be giving people the real time. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's doing when it comes to the playoffs. And the season, it's a stacked roster. We need to figure out what we're doing. He's experimenting and he's a king at not showing his full hand at all. He'll do that throughout the whole season. He's gonna drag it this whole time.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to act like when this game happened, Twitter was having a whole riot and talking about like Frank Vogel doesn't know what he's doing. I'm 100% confident Frank Vogel knows what he's doing.
Niggas is they're so panicky, bro. You can't be because I understand being panicky with his tactics last year.
Because we didn't see the final result. Because I almost thought JaVale McGee was going to be starting in the finals and out like beforehand. Obviously, I'm talking about before we hit the playoffs. I thought JaVale McGee we might be that stagnant and running that JaVale McGee unit out there until Frank Vogel was like, oh, I was just playing. Like I was kidding.
That's facts. But then even last year, we didn't know the final result. But then we was also for some reason mad confident in Frank. Like, you know what I'm saying? We trusted Frank. Like we knew when it came to the playoffs, he gonna have it all figured out. And he did. So, you know what I'm saying? Next year, I don't know why people are getting so panicky. If you know anything about this team, it's nothing to worry about at all.
I'm not worried. Like I said, I'm not worried when it comes to the playoffs. I'm really not.
Shout out to my son Dennis Schroeder, because if we're gonna talk about that Sixers loss, he was a big reason why we even had a chance of winning that game. So shout out to my son Schroeder. Him, Trez, I think Caruso too. They all was a part of that run at the end. And that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes down to it, I feel like sometimes, bro, we need a basket at the end of the game. We should just give it to Shooter, bro. Just give it to either Shooter or Trez.
We did that kind of today. One of my only
We
issues.
did that today.
One of my only issues with Schroeder is that I don't know what it is. His shooting isn't all there this year. He's averaging. I would be surprised if he's averaging more than like 1.2 threes a game, like made. I'm saying he's really not shooting the best from the 3-point line.
He doesn't even shoot threes that much though. That's not the shot that he looks for. But if he's open, he's gonna take it. Even him shooting the mid range off of the pick and roll, I would like, and I feel like we haven't really been getting that much from him. He's really just chefing people and getting to the rim. That's where most of his baskets seem to be. That's easy for him.
That's easy. I would just like to see him getting it off of the cuff a little more because I feel like we're losing some opportunities. I see him having that shot a lot of the times, and I feel like he's not a guy that I believe has confidence issues at all. But I feel like part of it is almost like AD. Like AD hasn't been taking the threes. Dennis Schroeder hasn't been taking the mid-range shots I've been wanting him to take. Those Avery Bradley shots that were there for Avery Bradley every time last year, because if it's a screen if it's a pick and roll with Trez or AD, guess what? They're gonna put their focus on AD and Trez and prevent a layup rather than a mid-range shot. And I need Schroeder to take that mid-range shot every time it's given to him. Same thing with the three. I don't care if you miss it. I feel like he hasn't been taking enough.
Bro, he's one player. I don't think he's reluctant at all with any type of offense, bro. But at the same time, he's being a real point guard. He knows the weapons that he has on the floor and that he's not the first option. But when he's open, he's gonna take it because he knows he's a threat. So I see him taking that mid-range shot a lot, but I feel like most of the time we need him to score when we need points. So he gets to the basket because he knows that's what we need. Like no time to play around with jump shots. He's getting to the basket, either getting to the foul line or what I see he's been experimenting with too is getting guards off their feet and drawing the foul just to get to the free throw line. He does that a lot. Hit him with a pump fake, or he'll go off.
And he'll be at the free throw line quick before the referee even make whistles. He'll be
right there. That's not sure the jokes, bro. I'm saying, but he's. You know what I'm saying, I feel like he's just sharpening all his tools, learning a new position as a starter for a superstar team. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because he's gonna need everything in his bag come that time. So, and like I said, I feel like a lot of people starting to look towards. I feel like within their team, and even Frank might even consider like, yo, Dennis might have to be our closer. Like for real, for real. It's not gonna be Braun. Let's face it. It's not gonna be Braun. AD's not gonna get it by himself. He's just gonna have to come to him. But when it's 2 minutes left, down by 1 point or down by 2 points, put it in Dennis Schroeder's hand to get a basket. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one who's gonna be able to consistently him or Trez. And I think Dennis Schroeder is more reliable than Trez.
Yeah, he is. I got two things I want to touch on. First thing is what you're talking about here. One thing that has been concerning me, and all of my concerns aren't real concerns. They're all regular season concerns. My only concern right now is I don't trust, and it was a similar concern I had last year. I don't trust our minute under offense. I don't. We were able to hit a clutch shot against the Sixers and put us above. Do you remember who had that shot? What shot it was that gave us the lead against the Sixers? Was it Braun?
I think it was AD
Was it? It might have been an AD3. AD's always good for that clutch three.
against the Sixers. I thought it was like a gave us lead against the Sixers in a fourth.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter. Now I gotta
I
figure
thought
this.
it was the AD layup off the timeout.
You got something. Yeah, it was a beautiful. Yeah. Caruso gave AD a pin down screen, and it was an AD
No,
layup.
Shooter gave AD a pin down screen.
It wasn't Caruso.
It was Dennis Shooter. You could pull up the clip if you want to, but Shooter came, screened Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
AD came around. Braun hit him with a nice pass. He finished the layup.
Beautiful. And I trust Frank after what his ATOs. I trust Frank with his after timeout play calling. The problem is
We had one timeout left.
the only problem is Frank Vogel doesn't know how to use his goddamn timeout. So we can't get that play calling every time. My issue is under 2 minutes, there, especially when we had the lead, like a game like today. We're trying to kill clock. And because we're killing clock, the shot that we end up with is either LeBron taking a stupid three that at this point they know what he's doing, or LeBron is like, all right, 8 seconds left, 5 seconds left. Here you go, hit the ball.
That's every time, though, bro. I'm so used to seeing.
We talked about it last maybe two episodes ago. Luckily, it didn't hurt us too much because we didn't have many close games. But it is a concern. I don't know if we still got an answer to that. And maybe the answer should be Schroeder. Maybe the answer should be AD. But right now, it doesn't look like we have a concrete answer to any of it. And I'm concerned about it.
It should be AD, bro, but I feel like in the past 365 of seeing LeBron do that exact same shit you said, and he passes it up to sometimes it'll be KCP, sometimes it'll be a lot of times it'll be Alex Caruso. Niggas be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but it's like some of the time LeBron's not even like setting them up. LeBron is just
He's
like,
just
all
spinning to them like
right. LeBron is literally, bro. He's dribbling and he's like fake little jab step. He's faking. Like I'm like, Brian, Bull had his man on him. What do you expect him to do? You expect him to be shifty in 3 seconds? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. But I feel like in all the times I've seen him do that and all the different types of people he did it with, when he did it that one time, I forgot what game it was with Shooter. That was the first time. For a second, I was like, wait, that actually might work. You know what I'm saying? But then Shooter was like, wait, I don't know. This is type LeBron James time. I could get it back. Like he was like, I could really just go because he typed dribble first, like wait, and then pass it back to Bron. You know what I'm saying? Because he could and he will take that shot, bro. He's fearless.
yeah, no.
And he's gonna do at least something crafty enough.
What came in that you're talking about?
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it was a loss, though.
It might have been a loss. Maybe it was Blazers.
It might have been Blazers. I don't know. It was a close game though.
It might have been Blazers. It was an L. Who was our L after Blazers? It took a while. It was a stupid L. It was a stupid. It's gonna haunt me because then he
Was it the
threw
Spurs?
it to Caruso. It was Spurs. It was Spurs. Yeah. Shooter had the ball and then he was like, ah, shit. LeBron was covered. Then he threw a random ball past to Caruso. I think it ended up with a turnover, some stupid shit like that. Similar to LeBron turning it over today because he couldn't hold the ball in his hands. Okay. So my other, that's one of my concerns. My other point that isn't really a concern is it's a question. Is it too early to say that Wes Matthews isn't going to make the playoff rotation?
First round.
So like I see Keith's utility role. I can see the series where we can use Keith and his ability to play stretch five essentially.
A lot of Keith and Trash.
I can see where Keith can have a limited role in some series. Wes Matthews, there's never a time that he's on the floor and I'm like, oh yes, they got him in there. And I don't. It's not that even. There's sometimes where he has good games and he has the 6, 7 threes that he hit that one game and whatnot. But it's too rare for me. He doesn't provide enough for me, and it's to the point where I'm just like, all right, if we're giving anybody minutes and trying to figure something out, give it to THT.
And that sounds like a good at least regular season formula because I mean just let him play. You know what I'm saying? The regular season just came back from championship. Why can't he just get some run? But with Wes Matthews though, I want you to think about like this though. Sometimes like I'm not gonna play him like I mean he has a very limited role,
Christ.
but
Damn, bro. It just sounded like an Amber Alert in my ear. It sounded like the Apple alarm clock.
awful.
Got
He has a very
traumatized.
limited role, but sometimes I'll look up at the score sometimes we might be down 10, 12 points. And a lineup of Wes Matthews, Kuzma, I want to say Caruso, them three at least in the game. I would feel a little comfortable with like, all right, we can actually get back in this because a couple threes and we right back in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wes Matthews is capable of hitting it. Caruso's capable of hitting it. Kuzma's capable of hitting it. You know what I'm saying? And who else on the team is really that reliable besides KCP, who's in the starting lineup?
I don't know, man.
Sometimes we
I got
need
some.
shooters. You know what I'm saying?
I just got a weird feeling about Wes Matthews, and I was
He's
very excited.
also tradable.
What happened?
Yeah, I say he's also tradable.
He is, man. He is. I'm not gonna lie. He's very tradable to me, and I think I would much rather chop him off the block and get a solid center, a solid rim protecting center. If the Sacramento Kings want to buy out Whiteside, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Just think about it.
That would be mad tough to just waive him though. That would be tough. We couldn't just waive him.
They absolutely could. He's getting like 9 minutes a game.
That would be mad slime. He was mad excited to come here. Like,
Oh, you talking about Wes Matthews? I thought you
yeah.
meant Whiteside. Yeah, nah, that's how it feels with every player, man. Like, thankfully we had no connection with Troy Daniels, but like, if we had to come to the moment where we had to cut,
we low key did a little bit though,
hurt.
bro. We was type Jack and layup, bro.
Nah, I can't. He really. There's some, bro. What is it? Why every time Lakers sign a good shooter, they're no longer a good shooter? I seen Danny Green put on a Sixers jersey and go crazy.
I mean, they don't know about Danny Green in the playoffs though. So.
Oh well, no, they saw Danny Green in the playoffs because and when they went to him in the last minute, my man bricked a mean 3-point shot. So he's still very well in the live, at least, Danny Green in that aspect. But yeah, man. So that's the Sixers game. That's a few things I want to talk about with the rotations and whatnot. We could cover a little bit of the Pistons. That it was, without AD, this was clearly a trap game. That was the word I was looking for. I I don't know what the hell happened, to be honest with you. It was nasty. This was a nasty game. Isaiah Stewart was he was bullying Montrezl Harrell, bro, and like he was bullying him. He was big bodying him. It was Montrezl Harrell was catching texts because of it. Blake Griffin was acting like he was a LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, it was just a great game for the Pistons. Honestly, that's all it was. We was missing AD, even though it shouldn't have even been competitive without AD. Um, AD would have changed a lot about that game, but I mean, I don't really care about losing to the Pistons too much. It was just the fact that it was the second in a row game that we should have won. You know what I'm saying?
And I kind of got a little tight because LeBron could have easily put the game away. Like if he wanted.
Yeah, but then it's not gonna happen, bro.
LeBron went crazy in the first half, 22 points. He ended the game with 24. He legit went to the halftime, and he was like, "Yo, you guys got this, right?" Like, and then they didn't have it. None of them had it at all, and it was getting me tight. Kuzma, it was supposed to be his game, and he on paper he looked great. He had some very good moments. Bro, Kuzma is almost unplayable in the last 8 minutes of a game. I'm serious, bro. He's
Right?
almost unplayable. I'm getting so
He's a
confident.
defensive liability too, bro. Bro, I don't know if you've seen in this game, but anytime somebody was trying to like get a bucket on Kuzma, it was probably the easiest bucket of their life. Kuzma doesn't even contest half the time, bro. He just watches them shoot. And it's often with him. Like he's really a defensive liability. That's one. And then two, that Pistons game, I feel like that's the first time I really seen a whole lid on the basket because bro, we wasn't hitting nothing in the second half,
Yeah.
especially in the fourth quarter. It was just nothing was going. Nothing that it should have went. Even open shots was not falling. So
We didn't score for like 6-7 minutes.
straight, it was bad. So it's just like, how many times is that gonna happen with us? Not too many. We're a great shooting team, so I'm not stressing that too much. It's just the timing of it is just annoying as hell.
Yeah, no, it just wasn't. We don't got to talk too in deep about it. It was just some nasty things going on. Like I said, I'm super confident. My closing lineup, I think I already got it official, and it looks like Frank Vogel looks like he got it official because he keeps teasing it. Caruso, KCP, Schroeder, LeBron James, AD. Like when it comes down to closing, Trez keeps getting the little like fourth quarter from the 12-minute mark to like maybe the 4 minute mark, and then like, all right, when it's really like now we really got to go crazy, bro. I'm really liking the way Frank is using Caruso when it comes to the second half. It's just a matter of there's legit the first half. Caruso's basically not even attending class, like he's not attending it.
Uh-huh.
The second half is it's always Caruso's time, bro. And Caruso, we can go off about him for days. Wait till we talk about the honest conversation with Alex Caruso, because he is, I think, still my favorite Laker player right now in the jersey.
I mean, I'm not co-signing that thought, but yeah, I mess with Alex Caruso. Of course, he's a fan favorite. Um,
Even little things today that we saw, like when Celtics switched to
it's
zone,
every game,
and
bro.
we saw Alex Caruso just cut to the middle, and then I think it was AD or LeBron. They
Pass
took the
to
pass to Caruso, and he quickly got it off to Trez. Like
yeah.
if he never did that cut, he would have never fucked up the zone. And I don't know why Lakers see a zone and we turn into like.
Yeah, I mean, he's an X factor, bro. And a lot of people, if you don't watch, you're not gonna know. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna hear it. You're gonna think it's a joke. He's really an X factor in real time. And I feel like the way that Frank uses him in the regular season really foreshadows how he uses him in the playoffs. Because you think he's a role player, then fuck around, start in the finals. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny, man? I was listening. I hate the fact that they shut some of my websites down. I was listening to, I was watching the Pistons game, the Lakers Pistons game on the Pistons feed. So I was listening to their commentary. And when Alex Caruso checked in, they were like, yeah, and he really is, becoming a good player. They didn't say great. They said he's really becoming a good player. And then one of the commentators said, yeah, you want to know what I thought when I first saw him? G League, and now he's okay. And I was just like, you motherfuckers, you still don't know.
Still don't
I
know.
don't know, because Alex Caruso, even in the first year, I saw it and I was like, he's like a diamond shining in a room full of shit, but it's a room full of shit. So maybe it is what it is. And then I saw him do it with LeBron James. And then I was like, all right, so he might be a little something, something. And then I came into it last year and I saw him not play the first game. Bro, like, is Alex Caruso has really solidified value. And the only reason I'm concerned about his regular season minutes is because he's somebody I do not want to lose, man. Especially if it's to fucking try to get a Wes Matthews experiment going. I fully believe that Frank Vogel right now, all he's doing is trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. But I just don't want it to be at the expense of somebody like Alex Caruso. Like, I hope he knows how much Frank Vogel values him and we value him, and he should fucking wear that Lakers jersey for the rest of his life.
So, do you really think there's a thought in your mind that doubts Alex Caruso would stay with the Lakers? Honestly, bro.
I don't know, man.
I don't think so at all.
Because you got to figure after this year, we're going to secure Dennis, in theory at least, unless something goes terribly wrong. We have
He's
THT.
content with his role?
What happened?
You don't think he's content with his role?
You talking about who? Caruso or Dennis?
Caruso.
I don't know. I don't know if he wants to. You know what I mean? If he wins another chip, bro, he might be like, all right, let me start to play. Like, you know what I mean? Let me get 30 minutes. Jeremy Grant just went from a real role on a contending team
Caruso
to go
is
kill it
not
on the
going to
Pistons.
be no, let me go here and average 20 type of player.
Listen, Dellavedova left Cleveland Cavaliers, like, and he wasn't as good as Alex Caruso, but he was important for the Cavaliers.
So, would you want to be important for the Orlando Magic or whoever, or do you want to keep being important and win championships?
It's easy for us
But
to
he
say.
loves the Lakers, bro. What are you talking about?
I know
He has mad loyalty for this team. There's
it's
no way.
it's easy for us to say, but like I said, we secure Schroeder. We already got KCP secured. If we secure THT, like,
He's not even gonna get the fan love that he gets anywhere else, bro. That he gets here. That's a lot to give up. The way that he came up, bro, it's a lot to just leave.
I just hope he never leaves, bro. Same thing with THT. Like, the THT project is a real project, and I'm fully on
THT
board
words,
with it.
bro.
And bro, so again, I asked you that question. If you had the choice of you can only retain 2 out of these 3, and it's Dennis Schroeder, THT, and Caruso, who are you picking? You can only keep 2. Who's getting chopped?
Why is that this scenario though?
Because it might have to be a scenario in the future. I'm not.
No, it does not have to be a scenario at all.
If one of these players want an expanded role, it sounds real good to us, bro. You know what I mean? Like, all right, play a little bit, win your championships, call it a career. But some of these players might want more than just that. They might want to be like, okay, I won the championship. Now let me go.
The only player I'm concerned with that is THT, and he can go, but he came from the Lakers, so like I'll be proud to say that, and I hope he like does great. But if he doesn't want to play that role, then he can go. He'd be really folding the bag because being groomed as a Laker, and you know what I'm saying, like not understanding that there's a process for you, and I think he would understand that, but there's something, I don't know, something in his demeanor to me that tells me that he is building up all his value, and as soon as he sees that big bag for somewhere, he'll be like, all right, I appreciate y'all, but you know what I'm saying?
I think I got faith in Frank Vogel. I obviously got Frank and Palinka for making a great team. I think I gotta put more faith in Palinka for keeping a great team. I think he's gonna be able to keep them all somehow, some way. I got confidence in him. He's gonna
I
say,
think so
listen,
too.
He's gonna say, "Listen, like I've seen the role with Kobe in the first few years. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the easy cheat code. They're gonna be like, "Ah, you right."
Chico,
I
yeah.
mean,
Facts.
he's just gonna be like, "Yo, this is what the Lakers do. We groom stars." Like, I don't know. He'll figure it out, bro. I'll figure it out. But yeah, let's talk about today's game, man. We had the Boston Celtics today. It seemed like we were playing. We came to play a lot more. Like I said, it was very AD centric, especially in the first half. We kept feeding him. Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown were doing their thing on the Celtics. And this was it was a battle. I mean, we were trading leads back and forth for the most part, and we ended up. It looked like come minute 3 that we had the game in the palm of our hands, I should say, and all of a sudden it starts off with that. It should have been a no call from the referees. Instead, they call a
Blocking foul.
blocking foul. Yeah, and one thing I did like, they called that blocking foul. Jaylen Brown on the line. I like the fact that the Lakers bench was banging. Like it felt like, because that's what these games are for real. They're high school games. They're AAU games. It felt like that. You know what I mean? It felt like he missed both of those, and they're screaming "ball never lies." You know what I mean?
Oh.
So that happened, and then after Dennis made that beautiful layup, it felt like game was over. And then we did exactly what I talked about earlier. We milked the clock, and LeBron's and we almost lost, bro. We really are lucky we did not lose.
We're lucky as hell, bro. Honestly,
we are lucky. I know Celtics are like they're crying. I would be hurt. I would be hurt.
I would be hurt, bro.
If we were to lose this game, I would have been hurt. So I can imagine how the Celtics feel.
Bro, when that shot went up, I had such a bad feeling in my stomach. I was like, oh,
bro, how do
it is look like he got it off clean and everything. I just got such a a PTSD for what Tobias just did like 2 days ago.
bro,
he did cool, bro. Like the same shot, same angle, step back right on him.
How do people keep falling for the Kemba step back in 2021? He's been doing this since college.
Who did he do it on to? Was it AD?
No, he did it on Schroeder.
Was it Schroeder?
It had to be. It had to be Schroeder. Caruso had the locks on Jason Tatum. He almost caught a steal with that pass, and then Jason Tatum ended up.
No, it was Jaylen Brown.
Who caught the pass?
AD folded in the post. They stole the ball.
Oh no, yeah, they
Jaylen Brown was on the break. Alex Caruso came back, hustled back, stopped him from getting the layup. That was clutch, bro. That was
very
clutch. Stopped him from getting the layup. He passed it off to Kemba, and then somebody was guarding Kemba. I feel like it was AD, bro.
It was Dennis.
It could have been Dennis. It
was absolutely Dennis. He fell for the fucking step back.
He got a clean look, bro.
And then we got lucky that Daniel Tice had no ability to finish. Because Daniel Tice, I think, got that off.
He got that off, bro.
That would have even been more heartbreaking, bro.
I was like, nah, not Daniel Tice. Not losing to Daniel Tice, bro.
But we folded the whole last minute offense. We folded. We got lucky that did we score off of Frank's timeout, or did we just turn it over?
Bro, I gotta see who was actually guarding, bro. I'm pulling up the highlights right
now. Oh my god, it was stressful. It was Dennis.
You sure?
And yeah, and then Trez ass didn't block out. Right, he didn't box out. Almost costed Daniel Tice to freaking hit a game winner on us. Almost positive, man. I mean, check it out though.
All right, 80's in the post. He's about to lose this shit. Loses it. Kemba got the ball, gives it to Jaylen Brown. Alex Caruso stops it. Swings it. Shooter on him. Step back. Shooter on him. Yup. Daniel Tice.
Clean look, bro. It was a very clean look from both of them.
They could have called a foul all out. It could have been bad, bro.
It could have been bad. It could have been a heartbreaker for us, bro.
And
But
that's when we went to AD to seal it. He lost it in the post, bro.
off of LeBron losing it not too long before that, bro. Like shit. But
It'd be the closing that be the problem, bro.
it's the closing is a concern, like I said. Overall, though,
that was a concern last year too, though. Like,
yeah, it was, and we didn't have to worry about it. So hopefully, we don't gotta worry about this year too. But we'll see. But overall, man, beating the Celtics felt good. That fourth quarter was looking like a perfect quarter. I was ready to come out here and just tell you like how valuable these Caruso minutes were and everything else. Instead, I was stressed as hell, man. I was stressed as hell. And I always have the most delayed stream in the world. So I texted you and I'm like, I said some good shit. I was like, yo, we're really having a perfect
easy
quarter.
dub.
Yeah, I said some good shit. And then you text me, I don't know, man. We cutting it close. And I'm like, what do you mean cutting it close? We up 8 right now. So now I just gotta watch the next few minutes knowing that some bullshit is gonna happen. And I'm just like, oh, that's what he's talking about. And then that's the fucked up part. I don't know how much you're ahead of me. So I'm like, oh, don't tell me there's more.
Don't tell me there's more of a fact, bro. It was getting bad. I don't know. It was really Jason Tatum frying us bad at the end. Nobody could guard him. He was getting every shot he wanted.
Jaylen Brown, we put a halt on Jaylen Brown in the fourth. We locked him up.
It was Jason Tatum frying us bad, bro. I seen it.
Yeah,
AD couldn't guard him. Nobody else could guard him, bro.
I'm not gonna lie though. Frank Vogel treated this game very different.
How so?
The rotation, no Keith, no Wes Matthews. He cut it down to an 8-man rotation, a real playoff rotation. Because he had Caruso off the bench, maybe a 9-man rotation because it was Caruso off the bench, Trez, THT, and Kuz. So it was a 9-man rotation. But it felt more like he was treating it closer to a playoff game. And I really like I said, I'd rather Frank Vogel do games where we won't see THT at all than try to squeeze in THT's learning moments in 5 minutes. I'd rather just say, yo, THT, you're not playing today. I'm giving this to Wes Matthews. That's kind of how I feel. And if that means we'll see games like this where THT gets 15, 16 minutes, and he had some good moments today as well.
He always got good moments.
He's a bucket.
He's an automatic bucket.
He is a bucket, bro. I'm liking what I'm seeing from his 3-point shooting. Once he drives, it's like, all right, just give him 2 on the board. If you don't foul him, because if you do foul him, put 3 on the board. Good minutes from THT. Trez had a great game defensively and offensively. That little shot is that little midi is okay, man. It's not too bad.
Yeah, bro. It's been there though. It's the whole season hasn't been trash. It's been a little better than AD.
But that's just surprising to me because that was nothing I expected.
Yeah, I saw it coming because I could tell the way he plays is kind of like a forward. You know what I'm saying? Like a small forward.
If he can keep hitting that shot like he's hitting it, the potential is all there. Dennis Schroeder had a really good game today for the most part. Alex Caruso with some valuable minutes. Kuz, rebounds. So there's that.
Kuz rebounds, but he's still good for a 3 here and there though.
For a 3 here and there for sure. He's good when there's somebody down. He's like I said, I think I'm fully. KCP's been a little off these last few games. I don't know if you noticed. He hasn't really been.
I noticed.
He hasn't been a sniper. He hasn't even been getting his shots off for real. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. You got any takes from today's game?
No closers. That's just been our flaw the past year really, but the past couple of games for real. No closer. But I mean that's something we're gonna figure it out, but it hurts to like if we had lost this game, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like we won this game, so it's not that bad. But if we had lost this game, I would have been a whole different type of mood. Like it would have been a problem that I think Frank would have had to address at that moment. Like, all right, something's got to give because we can't be out here on a losing streak, like 3-game losing streak. Now we gotta try not to be on a 4-game losing streak. Like,
Yeah. No, the closing thing is the main thing for me. I do you think that I don't know about you, bro, but I feel like I've seen a lot of good things early on in the season. Like I said, I feel like Frank Vogel looks for good things and bad things. I feel like I've seen a lot of good things in the beginning of the season, and us like not really do it again since. Like
yeah,
I feel like we haven't seen much
he's
of
writing it down, bro. I said, all right, say no more.
like is
Next all like.
Frank might is he that much? I know he's a genius, but like is he just holding these?
He's a scientist, bro. I could tell by the way he speaks in his interviews and all that. I could tell. He's just like,
Bro,
listen, don't like. I'm not stressing it. Like I know what I'm doing. Like don't
we
play.
haven't ran the Marcus on the top of the key for a while now.
Yeah, and then honestly, there's gonna be games. Marcus All not gonna be playing at all, too.
When Marcus isn't playing at top of the key, I damn near don't want him on the court.
Pretty much.
It's just he's a body, and we can get him for maybe a spot up 3 here and there, but
He's probably gonna be useful if we see the Nuggets.
yeah, and that was one thing I wanted to talk about. You actually just reminded me, right? So I mentioned to you a few episodes ago that I think the Sixers might be the one to give us a problem because for whatever reason, Ben Simmons does a pretty good job on Braun, and for whatever reason, Ben Simmons always scores on the Lakers. And then Embiid has a AD's probably not gonna. Maybe he would guard him, but you know what I mean. Like they counter us real well. We got a big and a point guard that's huge, and they got a point guard that's big and big themselves. And then they got Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is similar to, you know, our third man, like a Trez or whatever the case may be. Like they got the similar depth that we do. They got the Shake Milton. That's like their version of a Caruso. They have Seth Curry. That's our version. That's their version of KCP. They have, you know what I mean? Like they match us really well. They counter us really well. They're a cheap Lakers team, if you ask me. With that being said, seeing us lose that game, still no concern with the 76ers?
Not really, because I mean, especially like if you was to see them in the finals, you're seeing a whole different beast. That's just it. Seeing a whole different beast. You're seeing LeBron James in the finals. Come on now.
Yeah, initially when I told you that, I thought the Lakers, if we were to see the Sixers, we might beat them in 6. Seeing them after that game, though, I got to be honest, we're beating them in 5. Yeah, I just had to talk my shit real quick because, bro, we legit did a scrimmage with the Sixers and fucked around and almost won.
Pretty much,
We
bro.
ran a scrimmage, bro. It was preseason. We were acting a fool out there. Wes Matthews getting major minutes. Caruso getting nada. Come out, 8 minutes left. We're like, all right, do we want to win? Fuck it, let's try.
Let's try.
Let's try to do it. Let's try to bring it home.
Let's try to squeeze this joint up.
I feel like Lakers just be trying to challenge themselves sometimes. So the Pistons game was a trap game. The Sixers game, I would have loved to win, but whatever. Glad we got the dub today. The last minute offense, still a little concerning, but it is what it is. Looking towards the future, let's see who the Lakers got. First of all, I want to mention the standings because I want to start winning some games. I mentioned, Warriors being second seed in that year and all that. That's all nice. I want to be the first seed, though. I really do. I want to be the first seed. You don't know if things maybe magically slow down a little bit and they start letting more and more fans in these arenas. And if they do, because it's not concrete that there's going to be finals without fans, Laker Nation is going to play a part in that. You know what I mean? And I want them to have home field advantage. But coming up, we got probably till we do a next episode. Oh, we really don't got much games next week. I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about our next episode. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I'm looking at the right thing. Damn, we got the Hawks on Monday. Then we got the Nuggets Thursday and Pistons Saturday. So we got to type weird. Actual, it's not like
You
how it
said the
usually is.
Nuggets Thursday.
The Nuggets are Thursday, yeah.
That's a good game, though.
So we got Tuesday, Wednesday off. We got 2 days off. So Hawks, what you looking for that one? You think that's the dub or is that a trap game? That can be tricky.
It's tough, man. I want to win every game. I definitely want to win this one against the Hawks because um, I feel like it's just we need to. I don't like this third spot that we're in right now. I think we need to get on a little streak.
We need to win some of these gimme games right now.
Yeah,
Especially the Nuggets game. It can go either way. I'm looking forward to the Jokic and Gasol matchup because in my eyes, that's what we got Gasol for. We got him for the Jokic. We got him for the Embiid. We got him for honestly, I think that's kind of it. I can't think of anybody else.
Zubac.
Wow, fuck out of here. but yeah, so I'm really looking forward for that Jokic matchup. I'm interested to see how Dennis can guard Jamal. So I'm excited for that one. And then who did I say after that? It was the Pistons. I need us to smack the Pistons across the face, man. And I need Montrez to punch Isaiah Stewart in the face just for talking
He
about
just needs to do it one time, bro.
Just one time, bro. One time. That's all I need. Markieff Morris, actually, that's what you're kind of here for. I'm not gonna lie. You can take a suspension for this. You can definitely do it. And I do want to give my thoughts and prayers to Jared Dudley. Please rest that calf because I miss watching you play on that court.
Yeah, bro. We needed duds in that what game? What was the Pistons game? Yeah, because AD was out and Dudley was out for the Cavs.
It hurt. Yeah, the death was.
So Marc Gasol had to play. You know what I'm saying? He had to fill in his role because there was no duds in the fourth. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, no, we missed duds, the best 3-point shooter on the team, the only one that hasn't missed a 3-pointer this year, if I do say so myself. Yeah, but with that being said, guys, I think that's everything we had to cover for today. Little scatterbrain, but hey, we covered the losses. We covered what probably should have been a loss today, if you want to be real. But we held through and we were able to ruin a few Celtics fans' days. So overall, pretty successful day, if I say so myself. With that being said, though, guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But really, in the meantime, I think that's everything we got to say. Matt, you got any more to say?
You know, it's crazy though because after losing 2 in a row, almost losing today, it kind of gave me like a funny feeling. Like I don't know, bro. I just feel like 18 on the way.
Yeah. That feeling ain't gonna go away. That feeling ain't gonna go away. We gonna be here, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I might be celebrating early, so we'll see. We'll see. We still got a long season ahead of us, but till then, guys, we'll catch you next time on LAKERLAND. No rush, I'll take my time. Just a crush, girl, fall in line. Don't care what the rumor be, cause I'm my best, she only lie. If this ever ruin me, I pray I die with dollar signs. I feel like I'm Kobe Bean, I'm 21 and in my prime.